Well, Manny Pacquiao, Emmanuel Debertram Pacquiao, Mike Alvarado. Wow, never really thought I'd really get on here and talk about that. You know, maybe back in, I don't know, 2015 when Mike Alvarado was actually doing something. But, look, I'm going to be all over the map today. It's kind of the official, unofficial announcement. You know, I mean, of course, big wigs, whatever, Top Rank, and the powers, you know, in charge, they haven't really released the statement yet, but it's on BoxRec. You know, lots of people are talking about it. Apparently, there's already been a venue set, things like this. So, you know, look, I don't know what's going on here. You know, you think back about 2 years ago, you had Manny Pacquiao talking about the Amir Khan fight. They were going to do it in, like, Dubai, right? Remember? And then we got the Jeff Horn. Okay, now people are asking, why are we getting Mike Alvarado? Like, where did this even come from? And look, I keep talking about it because it's important, but I had a long conversation with Mike Alvarado about a year ago. And he had a fight in Houston, and we actually watched the Juan Diaz fight together, Baby Bull, the guy that fought Juan Manuel Marquez. I was sitting there with Mike Alvarado after his fight. He won, and we talked. We just talked, and I have a lot of video of it, whatever. But he was telling me that he's done. He's doing it for the money. You know, his heart's not into it. He said he has like a bunch of injuries. He was talking about an eye injury he had. I mean, this dude is like just straight up telling me this stuff. And now, you know, we're supposed to believe that, you know, it's going to be like this competitive fight. And they're talking about HBO pay-per-view. What? HBO pay-per-view. It's like, wow. You know, okay, then what's the other rumor? Okay, that Manny Pacquiao is going to be on the Jeff Horn Terrence Crawford undercard, which is an absolute disgrace. If I was Pacquiao, I would retire. I would just simply retire. But a third story that's kind of evolving is, you know, think about this. The reason we had Pacquiao Jeff Horn was because Bob Arum merged with the Australian promotional company Duco Promotions, and then, you know, basically we get Jeff Horn out of that. You know, it's like a bonus to the promotional company. Like, look, merge with my company, I'll give you Pacquiao, you know, and that's how that fight came to be. And now, you know, Jeff Horn, the WBO champion, which Pacquiao got robbed, but whatever, you know, it's for another video. But Mike Alvarado, apparently Top Rank invested a lot of money in Mike Alvarado back in, you know, 2013, 14, 15, that kind of thing, you know, back in the day. I don't have the exact dates, but apparently Bob Arum, he wants a little bit of a, you know, a return on that investment, right? You know, he put some dollars into him and he didn't really get it back because we all know Mike Alvarado kind of fell off, you know, and kind of at the peak when Bob Arum thought he was going to cash in on him, he didn't. You know, I don't know if he broke even, whatever happened, but that's what I've heard, that, you know, basically they want to make their money back on Mike Alvarado, and also it'd be a good tune-up fight for Manny Pacquiao because, you know, right now I guess they're kind of labeling it, you know, he lost to Jeff Horn. We don't really know where he's at mentally, physically, you know, is he really into boxing with the whole, you know, Senate duties and things like that. So I think, you know, they're labeling it as, you know, a comeback fight to set up a big fight. Now remember, Bob Arum promised something big, and he promised something big in the beginning of 2018, you know, so you know, here we are in February, right? And we're getting Manny Pacquiao, Mike Alvarado. Now, if it is a pay-per-view, if it is, I'm telling you, it's going to be Pacquiao's all-time lowest low of low pay-per-views. I mean, seriously, like, I pray they do not put this on pay-per-view because, you know, that's really taking advantage of the boxing community, the boxing fans. You know, that's just wrong. You know, Manny Pacquiao was on ESPN with Jeff Horn last time. So how do you go from that to an HBO pay-per-view with Mike Alvarado? I mean, it's look, YouTube channels out there, Dante's Boxing Nation, Ego 78, who have fun with this one, have fun, because you know, I'm not going to defend it. Just have a field day with this one, because I'm right there with you. You know, look, Pacquiao, one of my all-time favorites, but I don't think it's Pacquiao. Now let me back up a minute. So what I think, but I do, because, you know, Pacquiao is a grown man. I mean, he's a politician. He's a legend, right? He's a future Hall of Famer. You know, Pacquiao, he can simply say, no, I'm not doing it. You know, I'm not taking a Mike Alvarado. And then you got Pacquiao calling out Lucas Matisse in the media So we're like, well, who are we getting? You know, you got Pacquiao talking about a Lucas Matisse, and I think, you know, I truly believe Pacquiao, that's the caliber of fighter he wants, but for whatever reason, you know, Bob Arum, he's in charge, like Manny Pacquiao says. You know, I'm a fighter, he's the promoter, I do whatever they want me to do, you know, but at this stage of your career, you know, I think he needs to take the reins. He needs to take control and just say, no, I'm not doing it. Now, I don't know. I think he had like a 2 or 3 fight deal with HBO. And, of course, that ended. He went to ESPN. And then I think he signed like a 2-fight deal with Top Rank. So I believe he owes them right now. And maybe there was some money fronted. I'm not quite sure. But I do believe he owes them 1 more fight. So, you know, he might be forced to say yes. Like, regardless of who they put him in there with, you know, he might just have to take it, right? So, you know, I don't know. Let me show you right here, though. Somebody texted me. See right here, okay, 2018, they're talking about April 14th, Mike Alvarado, okay? And this is indeed Manny Pacquiao, see? Manny, and this is on BoxRec, you know, you can't put a whole lot of stock into that, but, you know, I'm like, well, it's on BoxRec, everybody's talking about it, and they were talking about possibly a different venue. Now I don't quite know yet the venue, but we'll see. But you know, I mean, come on, Manny Pacquiao, 59-7-2, 38 KOs, you know, 8-time or 8 division or 8-time world champ. You know, it's crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, when you think about that, look, I don't think anyone will ever touch those numbers. You know, started at 106 minimum weight. You know, basically fighting for $2 and $3 American dollars, you know, like what the equivalent to $2 and $3 American dollars, you know, at 126, 130, fighting, beating guys, you know, future Hall of Famers, Marco Antonio Rubio, Eric Morales, you know, Juan Manuel Marquez. You know, you look at this, it's crazy to me. 23 years, he's been fighting for over 23 years. You know, been in there with the best, the absolute best of our generation, and really the last generation. He's been 23 years. I mean, it's crazy. You look at the Cottos and the Marquez, you know, what 4 times, and, you know, Timothy Bradley multiple times, you know, just, and to get to this, to get to where we are now, to, you know, going to Australia, getting robbed by Jeff Horn, well, not by Jeff Horn, by the judges, okay, and now the comeback moment of 2018 is Mike Alvarado. And look, no disrespect to Mike Alvarado. He's a cool guy. Like I said, I spent time with him. He's a cool guy, okay? But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, he told me himself that he's doing this for money. I mean, he's just not into it. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to think about the whole thing. Like I said, I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I think we're going to get Manny Pacquiao, Mike Alvarado on a pay-per-view, and then it'll probably lead to, you know, a Crawford Pacquiao, which I'm sure it will. Crawford Pacquiao, or, you know, who knows, maybe a Matisse, I don't know, maybe Pacquiao, but he can only fight twice this year, so, you know, maybe we'll get a, you know, a tune-up fight, as they're calling, and that's how they're gonna justify it. I can hear Jim Lampley and all of them right now, like, oh, you know, this is a tune-up fight, guy. Now remember, you know, you're gonna get something big at the end of the year, so go ahead and buy this. And, you know, kind of like how, you know, Oscar De La Hoya justified, what was it, Canelo Khan. You know, you just that's the, you know, the tune-up, the acclamation or whatever, the acclamation at a catchweight, you know, to fight Gennady Golovkin. Then we get Chavez at another catchweight, 164.5. You know, $1 million pound penalty. Look, boxing has gone crazy, absolutely crazy. It's turning into the WWE. And, you know, I don't know how much longer I can keep up with this nonsense. So anyway, what do you guys think about this? I mean, will you tune in? Will you pay for it? You know, do you even, like, care about that matchup? Like, you know, I've heard a couple people say, yeah, you know, hey, you know, Mike Alvarado, he's won like 4 or 5 fights in a row. He's doing good. I'll watch it. But also you got to remember, look at the guys he's fighting. The guy he fought in Houston that I watched was like this no-name guy, and he was actually beating Mike Alvarado, and then Mike like landed a good body shot, the guy goes down. You know, so had he not landed that body shot, he would have lost to pretty much a no-name guy from Houston. Like, this was just some rookie no-name dude just that, you know, showed up to fight and nearly beat Mike Alvarado. So, you know, I don't know. You know, will it look like a Pacquiao Rios? Will it look like a, you know, we don't know. We simply don't know. So what do you guys think? Leave it below.